My day-to-day role is really varied. So each week I write at least 2 core applications for funding, which go directly towards all our service costs downstairs, providing food, salaries, bills, and we basically it costs us £8,500 a month to run the service, so that's what we have to make on top of all the other projects. So and I have a team of volunteers who also send in applications on a weekly basis. So I guess per month, application wise, we're probably sending in about 15 to 20 different applications for funding. You kind of expect about 3 out of 10 to come back positive. So it's a hard job, an arduous job. A lot of that is about research and trying to find out which ones are more appropriate. And then we also do project applications. So the CEO and myself, we sit down and we plan the whole year's plan of strategy and the key things that we're going for that year. Other things might come up during that year, but as a key plan. And so we've just planned the next financial year, which is 2015-2016. So that takes up quite a lot of time, just the planning side of it. And then you've got the project management. So once somebody gives us some funding, we have to manage that pot of money and ensure that we keep everything together, and then we report back on it so that we are able to get more funding from them. And the other part of my role really is I have a team of 5 volunteers. So it's just to ensure that they know what they're up to and that they get the support that they need to do their job as well. So I have a volunteer, Babs, who is an application writer, and it's because of her that we get so many applications in each month. And Moira, who does the same but on a much smaller scale, so she does 1 or 2 a month. And then I have Mike, who does filming and photography and sort of all of the media bits with us. And then I have a marketing volunteer, Ray, who comes in every day and kind of fills phone calls and makes links with people, and he kind of is the person who deals with the press. And then who else have we got? Oh, we got Paul, who does a lot of the admin side and a lot of the research side that I don't get done. So have a fantastic team. Without them, we just, every single person is really valuable to us.
Okay. What funded projects are held at the Vine, and how do they help our clients?
Okay. So at the moment, currently, we have the night shelter. The night shelter is funded through Rushmore Borough Council and Hart District Council, and that is specifically for those people who are street homeless when the temperature hits 0. So there's 10 beds. So up to 10 people are able to go into the night shelter. They have an evening meal together and they have breakfast together, and then those that attend the night shelter come down to the Vine during the day and engage in services. So obviously that's a project that runs from November through to March and is fully funded. We have the Life Skills project, which includes IT training, literacy, numeracy, anger management and confidence building skills. So that is specifically for people who might be looking to see whether they want to go back into employment or education. So it's kind of that first step. And also quite a lot of our clients who are illiterate really benefit from it. So it helps people with budgeting, with the numeracy as well. So that's a really, really valuable project. A project that's just been completed is the Abuse Protection Project. And so that works with anybody that comes under the label of abuse. So it carries many different forms. But one of the key things that project did was highlighted that 55% of our clients that we were aware of were on mental health medication or receiving treatment through the mental health services. So because of that, it then led us to be given an application through Broadhurst for mental health. They're a mental health foundation, and they funded a project to upskill staff and volunteers in mental health. So quite a lot of the projects we have then lead on to something else. And also through the Abuse Project, we've just applied for a pot of money to do a research project into the use of legal highs, because that's a huge issue amongst our clients at the moment. And then we've got our lovely arts and creative arts project and drama. and that is something that this year will be a focus for us to kind of develop, definitely, and look at how we can incorporate sort of choir and singing and music with the drama and the art. So at the moment we've got an arts lottery, an Arts Council grant, which takes us up to September, but before then we'll obviously be applying for a lot more funding to kind of build on that really successful service, actually. And then we have ESF funding for our job club, so that runs every Monday, and that's for anybody who's a job seeker with a universal job match account, and they can come in, do their job searches, get one-to-one support on the IT, and also recruitment advice and information and interview skills. And then we have many training opportunities, so we provide IT training, basic food hygiene, first aid, and we're in the process of looking at other accredited courses that we can offer through our services. We have interviews tomorrow for clients who are interested in doing an MVQ in business management. We've got 5 clients coming to that, so that's another really encouraging opportunity. And new projects sort of arise and finish at different times. We have just completed some and we're reapplying for some, so I would imagine in the next few months there'll be new ones starting.
How can donations from the public help us?
So donations for the public are essential. We rely on unrestricted funding, so core funding for our services. So that's for the things like the food, our utility bills, salaries, all the things that enable our service to continue on a day-to-day basis. Pays for our laundry services, the shower, the water, all of those sorts of things. So, you know, most of the money that we get in from funders is restricted. They set guidelines for us that we must adhere to, and that's what the money goes on. So public donations and community donations are purely for the ground floor frontline services. So they directly help local people. And as I said before, you know, there's a building with all the services, the 20 services that are run from here. It costs us £8,500 a year, a month rather. A year would be lovely, wouldn't it? But a month.
What would you like to see happen in the next year at our service?
So, well, I've got a really big job this year. So on top of doing my usual fundraising, and we try and raise for the main charity. For the work that we do here, we have to raise within the region of £100,000 to £150,000 a year. But we have the start of our kitchen project. So we will be having a catering kitchen training service, which is one of the largest projects we've ever started. And that will probably be, I need to, on top of what I usually fundraise, we need to fundraise at least another £100,000 just for that project. We've already received loads of donations of free kitchen equipment and professional services, so it's really looking at salary and refurbishments and things. But it's so it's a big job, but it's really exciting, really exciting.
Which services that we could offer and develop would you like to see funded for the future?
So at the moment, the most popular services that are being used, with the exception of those people who need immediate support with housing and benefits and those kind of things, is the moving on services as part of the Journey programme. So for people that perhaps need to access recreational activities, at the moment art and the quiz and things are the few things we do, and I know that clients have expressed an interest to do walking groups, have an allotment, you know, and also to grow the creative activities that we're already doing. I mean, the drama at Christmas was outstanding, and so we want to build on that. So I think specifically it's the moving on services that are vital. We're really good at housing people, we're really good at getting them in accommodation and supporting them through that, but once they're there, we need to be able to provide something to enable them to get to where they want to be. So that's providing employment, training and recreational activities.
If you could name particular funding that we really need, what would it be?
Core funding. It's the hardest thing to fundraise for. People want to give to projects or want to give to a specific need, But actually our needs as a charity is to pay our day-to-day running bills. That's, you know, that's always going to be priority for us. So core application writing, as you well know, is our priority and will remain a priority, and it will overtake anything that we do in the kitchen or anything else. The core funding always has to come first, because without that we have nothing.
Okay.
So that has to be our priority.
Okay. What do you see on the future horizon for our service?
So, well, in the last 2 years, which is the time that I've been employed by the Vine, when I started here, this place was totally different, and it had just made that change from soup kitchen into sort of more support services, and I'd just like to see that develop further, but slowly, not you know, not to jump on every pot of money and to try and bring in as much as we can, but to do it in a way that works with the community, so that everyone will benefit from the services we provide. So I think as long as everything we do is for the volunteers and the vulnerable clients, then I think that we've got it right. And I think a lot of it as well is about listening to the, you know, I spend a lot of time listening to what clients want, and then we work applications around some of their needs.
If people wanted to get in touch regarding helping with events, fundraising, giving donations, giving funding and getting involved, how can they contact you as a team manager for fundraising? Okay,
so I can be contacted on the Vine main number, which is 01252 400 196, and my email address is fundraising@vinedaycentre.org.uk. I have a mobile number as well, which is available on our website. I can't remember it off the top of my head. And I'm happy to take any queries and any questions. And if people want to donate, then they can go to the Vine Day Centre Just Giving and donate, and also then we get gift aid through that as well, which is fantastic. So so people are welcome to contact me at any time.
And they can also approach us through the Rushmore Volunteer Services, can't they?
Absolutely. And also, you know, as has happened many a time, you know, if you go out and speak to people, that's brilliant. Just, you know, tell everybody about the Vine, and then it does feed back, the amount of people that do that, you know, word of mouth and things. So we try and get to as many social and networking opportunities as we can, but with such a small staff team, it can be quite difficult to manage during the week.
And our newsletter is available on the website, isn't it?
That's right. Newsletters are available on the website, or we can send them out to people.
Yeah.
We have a mailing list if you'd like to add your name to that mailing list, and we also have services for professionals as well as clients. There may be something that a professional could offer us in terms of skill or helping a client in a particular way. So if anybody feels that they've got anything to offer, whether it be financial or in time or whatever, then we would love to speak to them.
Thank you, Helen, very much.